Just give people a couple extra minutes to get in the room before we start. Okay? You tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody gets it in until the fat man gets his. What's happening, chocolate people? Glad you're tuning in. There's plenty of places you could be. There's plenty of things you could be doing. So I appreciate your undivided attention tonight. We're going to talk about a few things that are going on in our world today, in our communities. And those of you, we're doing a simulcast. We're doing Facebook Live, and we're also doing YouTube Live. Please feel free, Facebook and YouTube, to ask me anything you want to ask me. Ask me anything, any questions, make any comments you want to make. The only thing I ask is that you do not attack other listeners. Okay? If you guys have a disagreement, I don't have a problem you guys going at it, but as long as it don't get personal, we're good. You dig? We got a few folks in the house. We're going to give it a couple of more minutes. Now we'll go ahead and start because I don't want to be up too late. I really don't even want to be on too long. I just want to get some things off my chest because got into it with one of my frat brothers on my Facebook page, and we got into it about voting. And let me turn this heater off. We got into it. Any of y'all watch? Hey, by the way, any of y'all watching the World Series? Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Got my boys in Dodger Blue going against them Red Sox. Gonna be a hell of a series, man. Although I got a short attention span. I took a quick nap while I was watching Murder on the Orient Express, and I forgot the game was on. I turned it on. I was intrigued for about 2 innings, and now I got it on mute. I don't keep my attention too long on sports events these days because I just get tired of so much racism and on the national level with a lot of these sports leagues. They just show their asses whenever they can, and it gets old. Baseball baseball and NBA ain't too bad. But the NFL just, they're just nasty. Them and the NCAA, I can't stand them. I got my Malema shirt in. Can y'all see that? Got my Malema shirt in. It's a really good quality shirt. Okay. Got my if you guys don't know who Julius Malema is, President Julius Malema. He is the president of South Africa, and they got a lot of things going on down there. They are in the process of getting that land away from them white supremacists. And the white supremacists like Alex Jones and some of these other clowns are out here lying, talking about the black South Africans are killing white South Africans in mobs. No, we don't do that, dude. We ain't like y'all. We don't go around killing people for no reason. Although you've given us 500 years of reasons why we should. But we better than that. We ain't you. We ain't savages. You people are savages. You white supremacists. But they're taking their land back. What they need to do is get control of them nuclear weapons. and the banks, because that's what a real power is. But anyway, we're going to talk about that a little later on in the broadcast. And so I was getting into it with one of my frat brothers, who's a Southerner. I believe he's in Atlanta. And, you know, he posted some ridiculous post on Facebook. And then I chimed in with, well, what about this? And then he started attacking me, calling me a Trump supporter. And I was just like, so if I'm not a Democrat and I don't agree with Democratic politics, I'm a Trump supporter? And I said to myself, dude, do you know how many black folks know me? And I might be a lot of things, but one thing I'm not is a Trump supporter. Okay? But I do agree with some of the outcomes from his politics, especially with getting, you know, doubling down on Section 8 from HUD and getting people off the welfare rolls. I agree with that. And if that makes black folks want to get tribal and decide that we are going to start working together and getting on code like everybody else is, then we need 4 more years of Trump. Because black folks, I ain't gonna look, I ain't gonna get into that just now. We'll get into that in a few more minutes. But anyway, this clown started attacking me. And I said, so, see, y'all got to understand something. Let me just get right into this, because we're not going to do this all night. Because I know y'all got jobs. Y'all got places to be tomorrow. And I'm not going to hold y'all up not too long tonight. And I'm not going to hold myself up too long tonight, because I got to get up. I'm trying to hit the gym. I'm trying to hit the gym 3 days in a row today, or this week. And I hit the gym Monday. Well, no, I went to the gym Sunday too. Yeah, I went to the gym Sunday. Yeah, before that Chiefs game. Yeah, I went to the gym Sunday. I didn't do a full workout Sunday. Then yesterday, that was a full workout. And then today was a brief work. I don't do a full workout every week or every day, because I injured a nerve coming from the neck going down here. And so I couldn't, this arm was all weak. I couldn't. And then I pulled a muscle back here that extends from under the lats going all the way up into my arm. Oh, up into my shoulder. So I'm just healing from that. So if I go to the gym tomorrow, that'll actually be, let me see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That'll be 4 days. I'll probably take Thursday off, or I'll just go walk on Thursday, or I'll just go do the treadmill Thursday, and then Friday do a full workout. I'm gonna try to work out every day, because I gained about 7 to 8 pounds since I injured myself, and I got to get that weight off. So anyway, but this guy started attacking me, and I was just like, what's wrong with this dude? And I said, oh, so if I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Democrat no more. I'm stopped being a Democrat when Clinton was in there, when that no good Slick Willie was in the White House. Okay. The way he stuck at the black folks with that Welfare to Work Act and that crime bill. And then he repealed Glass-Steagall, which caused that world collapse of everybody's economy, the global economy in 2008, 9, and almost 2010. Clinton was the chief architect of that. Okay, y'all see where I'm going with this? Y'all see, we sit up here and talk about, oh, I'm a Democrat, oh, I'm this. oh, I'm that. But do you ever take the time and research what these people do, what they actually do? Let's look at the outcomes of the policies of that administration. Stop looking at, oh, this guy sings Al Green songs. Oh, this guy, he smiles a lot. Oh, he's handsome. Oh, he's sexy. Oh, he's this, he's that. Instead of saying, okay, so what is his politics? Okay, damn all that. What's his politics? Because his politics or her politics are what's going to affect you in your wallet and your pocketbook. To hell with whether or not they're sexy or whether or not they're well-spoken. I'm listening to that snake, Karen Hunter today. Well, actually last week or so, she's been talking about, well, who do you think? All them old cackling hens on her show sitting around talking about, well, who do you think should be the next should run for president in 2020? And they talk about, well, Kamala Harris. Well, first of all, let's take her for example. Kamala Harris don't consider herself black. And for all of you guys that think she considers herself black, who was she married to? I'll wait. Who somebody's married to tells you about their real politics. Oh, we're going to get deep tonight. I get tired of people only looking at certain individuals in certain individuals who are either running for office if they're not a politician already or are already in office. And they say, oh, well, Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris don't consider herself to be black. Yeah, she's half Indian, but she don't consider herself to be black. Well, how about Cory Booker? Cory Booker is an actor. Cory Booker is one of these black, he's just like Obama. He's a good actor. He knows how to act like he's so concerned. He's standing up there he's sitting on those committees and he's like, and sir, and you should, and this, and doing all that old crap. He ain't nothing but an actor. He's an actor, just like Obama was an actor. You want political theater? Watch these people. What are their politics? And like I said, and I'm sitting there listening to Karen Hunter's show, and she is the most dangerous snake. Black people like Karen Hunter are dangerous, extremely dangerous, because they talk out of both sides of their mouth. On one end, she talking about, oh, go out, get out and vote. And on the other side of her mouth, she's saying black empowerment. Those are oxymorons. You can't talk about black empowerment and black voting in the same sentence or in the same conversation, because they're two opposite. They have nothing to do with either. They have nothing to do with each other. If you don't believe me, I'm going to prove my hypothesis tonight. Because I get tired of black people attacking me because I throw facts at them and then bring receipts. Before long, if you listen to me every week, you're going to find out I'm the king of receipts. Because I don't get on here and spout things and then don't back them up, which is what a lot of people do on YouTube and Facebook. You got so many flabby, disgusting, or you got these women doing what I would consider to be light porn on Facebook Live, where they and doing all this little stuff and wearing little low cut stuff, and I'm just looking like, is this what black women have have descended into? Is this the sunken place for Black women? And it's not sexy. You got some 40-year-old, 30, 40-year-old single mom trying to act sexy on Facebook Live. You look like a fool and a cheap whore. And ain't nobody watching other than desperate, dusty simps and tricks who ain't got any money. And if that's all you want, if you just operate off of likes, I feel sorry for you. You're very insecure as a woman. And that also contributes to why you can't get Black folks to understand reason. Because I speak logic. I don't speak any other language than logic. But Black folks love to get on emotional nonsense. Black folks like to get on these emotional kicks and don't understand exactly what it is that facts contribute, how facts contribute to the outcome of a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about. And voting is one of those things. And like I said, you always get, when Obama was in there 8 years, he did absolutely nothing for Black folks. I'm not talking about saying he's gonna do something, because Black folks, it's easy to get Black folks to start salivating over nothing. All you got to do is say you're gonna do something. All you got to do is mention Dr. King, like Beto O'Rourke is doing down there with running in Texas, running against Ted Cruz. You got Karen Hunter's on there. Well, Beto O'Rourke, you know, he says a lot of good stuff. What? All he's mentioning is the civil rights movement and how Dr. King marched from Selma to Montgomery. Did he say Karen Hunter, did he say anything about what specifically? Listen to me. Key word, specifically. Did he say anything specifically he was going to do for Black people? I'll wait. We got to stop falling for the okie doke, because that's exactly what that is. When you go up and let me tell you something about candidates that go up in front of Caucasian people. When they go up in front of Caucasian people, they tell them exactly what they're going to do. Case in point, Donald Trump. It might be foolishness. It might be racial tribalism. It could be whatever you want it to be. It's, you know, just okay. There's no substance in anything Donald Trump says or does. But the one thing he did is he's a master brander. He might be a con artist. He might be a shiesty dude. He's a liar, but so is 99% of the rest of you people in this country. But the one thing he is a master brander. He brands himself better than anybody in this country, whether you love him or hate him. To really be honest, it doesn't matter. Name one slogan that Hillary Clinton, name one thing that Hillary Clinton said during her campaign last year or 2 years ago. Huh? I'll wait. Name one thing Hillary Clinton said that stuck in your head. That's what I thought. But what did Donald Trump say? What was his slogan? Make America great again. You may not agree with it. I don't agree with it. I think it's total BS. But I ain't his base. I'm not the people. We don't represent most of us. And when I say us, I'm talking about those of you who are listening or watching. Most of us, what up, Al Bone? You might not agree with him. I don't agree with him. But he branded himself because every, even 5 or 6 year old kids in this country know about Make America Great. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Follow me, because school's in. Get your pad and paper, because school's in, Negroes. Black folks, we got to stop being taken advantage of, man. We're too damn, we're politically naive and we're politically gullible. All white and black candidates have to do with black voters. Hey, just mention Dr. King. Those ends will be eaten out of your hand. That's what Beto O'Rourke is doing. We're going to talk about some of these races too. We're going to talk about Stacey Abrams running for governor in Georgia. We're going to talk about Andrew Gillum running for governor down in Florida. We're going to talk about him too. And we're going to talk about this so-called blue wave. We're going to talk about all that tonight, and I hope you get angry. I hope you get angry, because if you get angry, that means you're thinking. You're thinking, you're utilizing your thinking, your critical thinking skills. You don't have to have a college degree to have critical thinking skills. I got 2 master's degrees. I have an MBA and a master's in social work. But I had critical thinking skills way before I got those 2 master's degrees. Use your head, people. Black folks are the smartest people on the planet. Ain't nobody smarter than us. Ain't nobody smarter than black men and women. Once we set our mind to something, we are more brilliant than anybody else. I'm not trying to be nasty here. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just telling you what you already know. I'm just telling you what you already know, player. You thought Hillary Clinton was your friend? Do you know how? Let me tell you something about them Clintons. Those Clintons are so dirty that they got one foot in federal prison and the other foot on a banana peel. That's how close they are to going to prison because of the stuff they do around the world. The Clintons went over there to Haiti as soon as they had that earthquake over there back a few years back. They went over there buying up land over there. And they thought they was going to go over there and pimp them Haitians. And they was like, "Oh, no, you ain't." I don't even have time to get into them Clintons. Let me tell you something about them Clintons. Those of you, see, a lot of you OGs that are tuning in, a lot of you guys are near my age or my age. I'm in my mid-50s. And I'm going to tell you right now, going back, see, a lot of you guys are young. Some of you young bloods, some of my young frat brothers, a lot of y'all be tuning in. Some of you cats ain't but 22, 23 years old, maybe mid 30s at the most. You don't remember this time. But let me explain something to you. When Bill Clinton was in office, Hillary Clinton got up there and said, black men are super predators. I remember it. And because of, and let me tell you something, what Bill Clinton, those of you who are from LA, from South Central LA, like I am. Remember when remember what Clinton did? He set up federal funds for the for LAPD, LA County Sheriff, the FBI, and also to the law enforcement at the state level, the California Bureau of Investigation. All the black gangs, and they were mainly going after black gangs, but they were going after Hispanic gangs too. They got these, what they, in the 90s, they call them gang injunctions. And basically these were county level, like, you know, the county courts, which handle, you know, felonies and misdemeanors, criminal courts. What they would do, I mean, excuse me, is it? Yeah. I ain't lived in California in a minute, so I'm Superior Court. Actually, a state. I'm sorry. But the county manages the courts and the jails. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, what they did is Clinton gave this federal money so they can go to every, because it wasn't just LA. It was Chicago. It was all the major cities to go after black gang members because of the so-called crack epidemic. And guess who put crack in our neighborhoods in the first place? The CIA. But yet we're the ones going to prison over it. And let me tell you something. Clinton screwed black folks more than any other president. George H.W. Bush, his son, Reagan combined. Y'all, do y'all know that? No other president. Reagan didn't push no welfare, that Nazi child support bill through Congress. Reagan didn't even do that. All Reagan did was give a massive tax cut to mainly upper class and upper middle class and middle class Caucasian people. They are the ones that mainly benefited from that tax cut. And he pumped a bunch of money into the military. But a lot of Bush's and his vice president, George H.W. Bush's policies, because, you know, George Bush is one of the founding members of the CIA. A lot of people don't know that. And a lot of the policies that Reagan and Bush would do, a lot of the dirt they were doing overseas, it was Reagan's foreign policy. Reagan was about foreign policy. His thing was about showing America as a mighty nation against Gorbachev, against Russia. I'm going to talk about Russia in a minute, too. Their foreign policy is why all these people in Honduras, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and El Salvador can't live in their own country, which I don't care. That ain't none of my problem. That ain't none of my problem. Ain't none of them people my people. Ain't none of them people Haitians. Ain't none of them people Africans. I don't give a damn. And by the way, President Trump has the executive power to order active duty military to the border. All he has to say is this is a national security. That's why he keeps saying that there's Iraqis mixed in with all of them Hispanics coming up here on that caravan. And I ain't talking about the Isla Jasper Isley either. I ain't talking about the caravan of love. Because some of y'all black folks love to get sidetracked. Oh, he talking about the caravan of love. Are you ready? Are you ready? No, not that caravan. The caravan of musty, funky ass, nasty ass people walking 1,500 miles in the same clothes. That's the caravan I'm talking about. The caravan of funk. And I ain't talking about George Clinton funk either. He can do what he want to do. He got to ask Congress for no help. All it's got to be national security situation. That's a national security threat. He can order F-15s to bomb the hell out of their ass. Did y'all know that? Gaddafi threatened the United States, and Reagan ordered 2 F-16s to bomb his palace, and they killed his daughter. Y'all remember that? Reagan was gangster. I give him credit for that. He was gangster. I ain't saying I like him. I ain't said I liked him. But he was gangster. He didn't hesitate. But Trump seemed like he do a little bit more talking. I would just do it. I wouldn't care what nobody thought. It's separating children at the border. So what? They ain't none of my people. Hector and Maria and Sancho and them ain't none of my people. You got old mammies telling me, well, what if it was your children? And you know what my response is? They're not. Next question. Them ain't none of my people. And if they were your people, you wouldn't even be riding for them like that. You stupid mammy. Got too many coons out here. Who is this Marianne? You know, who is this clown? Let me get you off of here. You know, you know what, brothers? You know what? Let me just say this here. You know, I don't get a lot of pushback from the brothers. You know who I get pushback from? Black women. Because black women think they white. Black women think they're a cut above us. They think that all slaves are not equal. Let me explain something to you. According to our brother Neely Fuller, all slaves under the system of white supremacy are created equal. You ain't no better than us. When we get a foot in the ass, you get a foot in the ass. Reagan was gangster. But a lot of the CIA, let me tell you something about the CIA. The CIA, DEA, and Navy SEALs and Delta Force have been extremely active during the 1980s, during the Reagan administration, and during the when George H.W. Bush was president. They were very busy in Latin America, overthrowing governments, putting in puppet leaders. That's what Reagan's foreign policy was about. Setting up those drug networks. Because what they used to do back in the day is they used to run them drugs all the way up through Central America before they start getting air support and water support, where they were building them submarines and them fast boats and running them drugs during them cocaine cowboy days. Y'all remember that back in the 80s? I got an uncle who's an attorney who's licensed to practice law in Florida, and all his clients were cocaine cowboys and Colombians getting caught over here. Okay? I used to hang out with my uncle back then in the 90s. So you have no idea the policies of the presidents you vote for. You sitting up here people sitting up here voting for Clinton, voted for Clinton, voted for Obama. Some of you idiots voted for Hillary Clinton, and you don't even know who you dealing with, dog. Research that that Whitewater situation. Research that. There's a reason why that dude ended up, what's his name, Vince Foster? There's a reason why he ended up dead. And you sitting up here kissing Hillary's ass because you ain't got no sense. We have such individual and collective low self-esteem that we'll vote for anybody on the Democratic ticket instead of just staying home like a lot of black men did during that last election. 98% of black women voted for Hillary Clinton. Only 20-something% voted for black men voted for, no, wait a minute. 30-something% voted for black men voted for Hillary. I might be wrong on how many percentage of black men that voted. I think I'm wrong on that. Somebody research that and post that in the chat room. Because I think it wasn't that black men, more black men didn't vote than voted for Hillary. And about 20%, about 20-something% voted for Trump. And what I'm seeing on Facebook, I'm saying a lot of young brothers with, hey, I'm voting for Trump in 2020. There's a reason why these young brothers, let me explain something to you about politics. See, you can say what you want to say about Trump, but Trump is an alpha. He behaves like an alpha male. He might not be one for real, but he behaves like one. And that's enough. And men of all races like men who stand up. See, Obama got up there and tried to grin and smile his way through his 8 years, and he did absolutely nothing. More black men and women and children got murdered by race soldiers posing as police officers and deputized white supremacist citizens than any other president. Flint, people of Flint, Michigan, were literally poisoned through their water under Obama. The city of Detroit, Motown, went belly up under Obama, and he sat up there and did absolutely nothing. He didn't even take his wallet out and hand them $5, $10. Say, here, take this. Put this toward that bankruptcy case. They had to start selling fine art out the Detroit Museum of Art in order to pay some of their debts. You got people who have retired from the city of Detroit whose pensions ended up just disappearing. And Obama did absolutely nothing. And you sitting up here telling me about voting Democratic. Man, you better take your ass somewhere. See, this is what happens when you do your homework. See, I ain't one of these Negroes that come on here running his mouth and saying a bunch of nonsense. I'm not a comedian. Because a lot of people will send me messages talking about, hey, Ice, hey, man, I thought you was going to be tripping, man. I thought you was going to be clowning. Man, you a little too serious. I'm like, man, take your ass somewhere, dude. We living in perilous times. We ain't got time to be sick. We ain't got time for clown ass black men and women no more. We ain't got no time for court jesters. We need black men who are going to have a stick in their ass and they back straight and stand up there and stand a post and start protecting themselves and their families. Because when these white police go into black neighborhoods, they can just do what they want to do. They can't do that in Caucasian neighborhoods. And they're not going to try to pull that in the Caucasian neighborhood because they know there's going to be retribution. That police chief is probably going to be out of a job the next day if they pull that. Going out here shooting black men, going out here shooting white folks. Somebody going to pay for that. See, I study this stuff. Look, you really don't even have to research politics that deep to know that most of these politicians are garbage. They don't care nothing about you. They definitely don't care nothing about black folks. They use us as pawns. Every election, here they come around. Well, black folk, we know we're going to need your vote. What did Obama say when he was stumping for Hillary Clinton? He said, hey, black folk, y'all gonna have to come out and vote so Hillary can keep my legacy alive. Let me tell you something, Obama. Hopefully you listening. Let me tell you something, bruh. If Donald Trump's first 30 days, he can wipe out your total legacy and you were in the White House 8 years, you have no legacy. All we got from Obama was a bad rendition of Al Green and young black men pull your pants up. That's all we got out of Obama. And all y'all sitting around foaming at the mouth. We got a black president. I was sitting there just like this, looking at TV like, okay, what's the end game here? Okay. I was cautiously optimistic. I'm proud to say I never voted for Obama. I'm proud to say it. I don't care if you unfriend me. I wasn't going to vote for him because I knew he was a fraud. His whole presidency was a deception. And because black folks don't do any investigating, there's very little documentation on Michelle Obama beyond about 1990. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm just going to leave it right there. You do your research on why that is. Why was President Obama, when he was a student at Columbia University, why was he in Africa? Why? What was he doing in Africa? Let me explain something to you. Presidents are selected, not elected. You have to do some dirt before you can become president. Everybody who's a president in this country has put in work out on them streets. And when I mean these streets, I mean globally. Okay? Who was Obama's advisor at Columbia University? Better go check that out. And while you're at it, do some investigation on the Council for Foreign Relations. Do your research on that. Find out why they are so secretive. You better ask somebody. How did Bill Clinton become president in the first place and he was a virtual unknown? Oh, I know, because he allowed the CIA to run drugs up and through Central Arkansas. Look at that movie with Tom Cruise called Made in America. Watch that movie. There's a scene in that movie where Clinton's name comes up, and magically this guy gets all charges dismissed. Look at that movie. The main reason why we have all them gangs in Little Rock, Arkansas is because of Clinton and the CIA and them running them drugs. Don't sit up here and tell me about how great a President Clinton was. Y'all act like a bunch of slaves. Massa gonna sell us today? We got to stop being gullible, man, and politically naive. With your vote, let me tell you something about your vote. Whenever you get, like when old ass Mr. Bojangles, what's his name? Colonel Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Mr. Bojangles, talking about, oh, I'll march with King. When? When did you march with King? When did you march with King? See, all they got to do is say stuff like that. And black folks, I love Senator Sanders. Ain't he done nothing for you? And when these young brothers and sisters at these colleges start stepping to Bernie Sanders and checking his chin and saying, look, what you gonna do for black people? You know what Bernie Sanders said? Well, you know, we're gonna try to help all minorities. They start talking that talk. What does that say? When politicians start talking about people of color, look, there ain't no such thing as people of color. It's just black folks. It's just us. You think there's some coalition out here between you and Latino. Latinos can't stand us. They think they're white, and technically they are. Since 1970, thanks to Nixon. Before that, they were black. Better do your research. Don't just believe everything I say. Don't just listen to me. Do your research. Instead of sitting up here being a coward and going out here just voting for somebody because they're a Democrat. If I was in Texas, no, I would not vote for Beto O'Rourke. I wouldn't vote for Ted Cruz either. It's best you not vote for anybody than vote for somebody just because they're a Democrat. What you gonna give him your free vote for? Your vote is they're supposed to earn your vote by promising you stuff. Let me ask y'all something. Why do you think business people and corporations and hang around candidates when they're on the campaign trail? Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they donate millions of dollars to their campaigns? Why do you think they do that? Do you think they're just doing that for their health? No, they're donating money because they're buying access. They're buying access so that it is known to these candidates that they are beholden to them once they get elected. And if they decide not to do their bidding for them, that's when them scandals start popping up. Because what happens? These folks have millions of dollars at their disposal. They start hiring private investigators. They start going to all the prostitutes that this candidate's been messing around with, doing his candidacy, and even after he got elected. The next thing you know, a prostitute is standing up there in front of a microphone at a press conference with Gloria out all red, crying, talking about, Senator so-and-so, he grabbed my crotch. And you sitting up there like, what the hell? Again? That wouldn't have, that situation would have never saw the light of day had had candidate so-and-so, now senator or congressman or state senator so-and-so had a played ball. If they would have played ball and did the bidding for the folks that gave them money, for that money they kissed on the campaign trail, that situation wouldn't have never saw the light of day. Y'all feel me? Y'all hear me knocking? Well, let me in. This is the Real Talk Express tonight. If you can't handle it, get out of the room. We got to stop sitting up here being cowards and just following everybody that's a Democrat, got a D behind their name. We got to stop that, man. You better off not voting because you're going to get screwed anyway. You're a black person in America. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care how many HBCUs you graduated from. I don't care I don't care how much money you got. You're a black person in America, and white supremacy is going to touch you sooner or later. Look at Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby worth over $400 million, and he's sitting in a 5x5 prison cell. Don't sit up here and tell me about being popped. You got all these black women sitting around. You know what? Whoever this Marion Larkins are, you're a clown. You're a clown, and it looks like you're very rotund. So I'm just going to boot you out of here. You can bounce. See, black a lot like I said, a lot of these black women brothers, they can't stand a black man who ain't a simp or a trick and ain't a vagina beggar and begging for tail. If you ain't talking that kind of nonsense, these black women don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because you have to understand something. Where is black women getting their news from? Bossip, Madame Noir, huh? Blabbity. Huh? Where are they getting there? All black women do is look at gossip sites. That's all black women do. So by the time you get to these black women and you meet these black women and they're talking about, well, I just want to see what's going on in love and hip hop. Lady, why don't you go to the gym and work off some of that Michelin man weight? Okay? Instead of coming by trying to blow up the spot. Because all I'm going to do is delete you. It's clearly you're a moron. Very few black women don't get their cues from CNN, MSNBC, and the like. They don't read unless it's some old, Terry McMillan nonsense. They get all their cues from BET, from ratchetty sources. Oh, by the way, if you haven't got my book, go get it. You want to get gamed up from politics, dating, and life, period? Get my book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get this paperback version. You can get this at Amazon.com or you can get an autographed copy like this directly from me. Just go to asktheiceman.com and go down to add to cart, and then it'll tell you what to do from there. And I will autograph it and send it to you. Okay, there's a lot of good game in this book. I'm writing my second book now called The Dating Bible. That book is going to be all dating. Okay, so be on the lookout for that next year, 2019. Okay, you can also get a tablet version of this, and or you can get a Kindle version of this. But you can also get the paperback. I suggest you get the paperback because it's good to have something in your hand. But if you got a Kindle and a tablet, hey, we all got tablets, so you can get that too. But get my new book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. This is what it looks like on Amazon. Read the reviews if you want to. They're all positive. All right? Get gamed up with The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. The reason why voting is a waste of time for Black people, I want you to listen to me. The reason why voting is a waste of your time, I just talked about how the rich and big corporations manipulate politicians into doing their bidding. We just talked about that. Here's why your vote is a waste of time when it comes to voting for candidates. Listen to me. I want you to listen. When you vote for somebody, basically it's like putting gas, it's like filling somebody's gas tank up for free. And you asking for nothing in return. That's what your vote is. So what you have to do in order to make your vote count is you have to become a collective. And you have to say, okay, I'm a teacher. All my friends are teachers. All of us, the Black teachers of LA County. As big a body as that is, that's probably, let's just say it's fictitious, but let me give you an example. The Black teachers of Los Angeles County, Inc. They're a nonprofit, and they're trying to, they are trying to leverage. Because that's what the key word here is leverage. They're trying to leverage themselves as a collective, because individually you don't count. It's the collective that count, because as a collective you are powerful. So anybody on the national, who's federal or state or local, who's running for an office, they're going to have to come through y'all because you 10,000 deep. So when you organize a dinner and that politician has to bring his sorry or her sorry behind up in there, they're going to have to explain to you, to your body, what you going to do about education for Black children. That's the first thing. And what you gonna do for Black voters, secondly. And if you start hearing that people of color talk, that like we're all in the same boat together, you need to start throwing food up there at the stage. Because this guy or this woman is playing you. That's what Colonel Bernie Sanders did. When people started putting his feet to the fire, he started talking that people of color nonsense. Let me explain something. Let me tell you why that's deadly. First of all, Black people's problems, social, political, and economic problems aren't the same as everybody else's. We are an extraordinary people. Why? Because we were brought over here on boats. And the rest of us were already here as Black Native Americans. Who have been enslaved, subjugated, raped, sodomized, disrespected in every kind of way. So you can't put me in a boat with Mexicans and poor Caucasians and all these other people. You can't put me in a boat with them. I want my own boat. Because my needs are extraordinary and my needs come before any of these other people. My people built this country. The first commodity that was traded on the New York Stock Exchange were our black asses. That's where that's where they got the idea for all these sports leagues for trading and trading players, auctioning players. They got that directly from the slave trade. Where you think they get it from? That's why they treat them guys like crap, especially in the NFL, because they see them as property. They don't see them as men. And the ones who want to be treated like men get ostracized, like Kaepernick did. Big up to my my Kappa Alpha Psi homies. Thanks to the NFL, Colin Kaepernick is going to be a martyr. He's already a martyr. And he got a check for 30-something million. And will continue to get checks. Hell, he ain't even got to throw. He ain't got to take a snap. I wouldn't get my block knocked off for $10 million a year. When you act like a man, you stand up and stop chasing nasty white girls and stop acting like an idiot. They don't know how to handle you. As long as you act like Odell Beckham, they love that. They love dumb Negroes like him. They love dumb Negroes like him. They don't like Kaepernick's type, because that's a thinking black man. Oh, we're going to get gamed up tonight. By the way, YouTube, go to AskTheIceman.com and donate your $3.99 today. Come on, man. Come on. Y'all know what time it is. We don't do free here. YouTube, where you at? Go to AskTheIceman.com, player. Nah, I refuse to be nice about this stuff because I get tired of black folks attacking me because I got a brain in my head that I happen to use. And I use objective critical thinking skills to I run my business every day with those skills. Sometimes I have to make decisions I don't like. Sometimes I can't take a vacation because I got a client I got to go see or a client I got to do a conference call with. So I don't, and plus I'm writing a CD, I'm writing an album. I'm doing the album after 20-something years. I haven't recorded in the studio in 20-something years. I'm writing a second book, and all that stuff takes time. So I don't have a whole lot of free time. I have to make myself take time off, which isn't easy. I was supposed to take a vacation last month, and I had to cancel it. I'm still gonna go to Vegas. By the way, any of the players from high school who want to go to Las Vegas and get it in, hey, DM me. All right. Well, hey, let's meet in Vegas and party, man. Because I ain't seen some of y'all cats since we graduated. So hey, let's get together and see if we can get 6, 7 of the homies together and roll up in Vegas and tear that mug up. All right, y'all think about it and get at me, man. DM me. I roll up there. I used to roll up to Vegas every Thanksgiving because it was cheaper, it was cold, it was cooler, and it was still sunny though. I ain't gonna go in the spring no more because I went like 2 springs ago, man. It was raining. I was like, I ain't never been in Vegas when it rained. But anyway, that body of those black teachers of LA County, what are they doing? They're leveraging their votes as a collective. And they're making that politician go through them to get their votes because it's clear. You roll up in front of these Caucasians talking about some people of color. You roll up in front of them talking about, well, we're gonna do this. Nah, you might not get out of there alive. Okay? You might not get out of there alive. Because Caucasian people don't play that. They ain't gullible like black people are. They're like, what specifically, candidate, are you going to do for us? Oh, we're going to build that wall, build that wall, build that wall. The wall ain't got built yet, but you see my point. Black people are politically naive. You have no idea what you're doing when you get in that ballot box. When you get in that ballot box, we get in that ballot booth. You have no idea what you're doing. And don't talk that nonsense to me about, well, all people died so they can vote. You sound like a slave. Ezekiel, we got to go vote now. After we get through voting, Ezekiel, we gonna read some Bible verses and we gonna sing, we shall overcome, and then we gonna eat ham hocks and chitlins. That's what you look like when you go down there and vote and you don't do any kind of research on the candidates you voting for. Now, I get it. Sometimes you do want to vote for somebody to see what they're going to do. I voted for people once. But when they sat up there and didn't do what they said they were going to do, guess what? Did I vote for them a second time? No. I'll give you a chance one time. After that, I ain't giving you no more chances. The next time you come around talking about elect me, I'm going to tell you to go to hell. You're going to talk about re-elect me, and I'm going to say, for what? You didn't do nothing for me. I ain't doing nothing for you. And some of them young brothers and sisters, not the little scary civil rights Negroes, but some of these young brothers and sisters got in Hillary's face and was like, what about that crime bill your husband put? You have to understand something. A lot of those policies that Clinton pushed through Congress, a lot of those policies came from Hillary. A lot of y'all don't know that. Oh, Hillary is very anti-black. Bill Clinton, he's just a simp. He's just a big simp. As long as he can run around and chase booty, he was like, hey, that's all I really want to do. A lot of those policies came from Hillary. That Nazi child support, that those gang injunctions, that came from Hillary. Do your research if you don't believe me. Big Scooby-Doo looking. Do your research since you know so much. If you cannot leverage your vote as a collective, either regionally or nationally, if we're talking about a president, well, again, presidents are selected, not elected. They already know who's going to win before they election even go down. That's why when you hear these folks on CNN and MSNBC talk about, oh, Mugabe was over there in Zimbabwe fixing elections. Let me tell you something. 50 years ago, a little more than 50 years ago, the Russians set billions of dollars aside for technology and infiltrating American businesses and government. 55 years later, what are they doing? I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. Did y'all know that? This was in the 60s. This was in the 50s. They were talking about, we're going to infiltrate American society like no other country has ever done. And the KGB has gone to town in this country. The Russians damn near run roughshod in this country without the FBI checking them, without DEA checking them. They run all kind of hustles in this country, as well as scamming people. Now you sitting up here talking about you gonna vote for one candidate and you think you big pimping. You don't know, you have no idea what you dealing with. Just like with Bill Cosby, that Russian dude that killed his son. Didn't take no money because Ennis Cosby had $4,000 or $5,000 in his wallet. Didn't take no money. Didn't jack him. Say he was carjacking him. Then why was his Benz sitting on the side of the road? Huh? Why was his Benz sitting on the 405 freeway? And this guy, this Russian, was a known white supremacist, and he was part of a Russian. He was a hitman for the Russian mob. And let me tell you something, them Russians are clicked in Hollywood big time. And they just got through manipulating this past election. Not that it made any difference. They got their boy in the White House. And people have asked me, they say, Ice, how come Trump is so clicked in with the Russians and Putin and them? Because that's daddy. That's daddy. If you know anything about white supremacy, you know the Caucasian race started in the Caucasus Mountains. Where is the Caucasus Mountains? Russia. And the people that's over there in Israel are descendants of those people. And that's why they send $3 billion a year. I mean, it's $3 billion a month to Israel, and Israel don't even need the money. They've given Israel nuclear weapons. Israel has the same fighter planes we have. You better do your history. You better do your research. There's a reason why Putin and white nationalist Trump are buddy-buddy. That's daddy. You follow any of these white supremacists in Europe or over here, and they are clicked in with those white supremacy groups in Russia. They got these guys over here, Patriot Prayer, down here in Portland. Just this past week, the mayor of Portland slipped up and said that Patriot Prayer, man, let me tell you about these white supremacists, Patriot Prayer. They had guns up on a parking structure above where they were doing a rally. And Portland police went up there and got them guns. The only reason why they didn't go to jail is because they claimed they didn't have no bullets, which I don't believe that. Because a lot of you got to understand, law enforcement has been infiltrated since Vietnam, the Vietnam era, with white supremacists. So they cover their butts. The only reason why, now I will say this, Portland police, they have a not hands-off approach with Patriot Prayer because these guys be trying to start fights with people. So they like, well, we ain't getting hurt because they know them guys got guns. And a lot, man, we ain't got enough time tonight, man. We ain't got enough time tonight. We don't have enough time. But you're being made a fool of by the Democratic and Republican Party, which is why you should just tap out. Unless you got some kind of promise from these people. That's why your vote is a waste of time. And let me say, this is one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this show tonight. Listen to me. If you can't punish and reward a politician or a part of their party, you get ignored. Case in point, i.e. black folk. Y'all hear me? How can you punish or reward a candidate? How can you punish or reward and punish a politician? I'll wait. You have to be able to reward and or punish a politician. Here's what I mean by that. If they do your bidding for you after you write that check, you reward them by coming out and endorsing them for re-election, giving them even more money for their candidacy. If they don't do your bidding, what do? You ruin their lives, personal and professional. Hence, you punish them. See, this is what makes you look like a naive idiot. This is what makes us look politically naive. If you cannot reward or punish a politician, Negro, you are wasting your time because they're not beholden to a vote. They're like, when people say, oh, I voted for you, you know what they say? Good for you. Pat them on the head and go right back to what they were doing. Good for you. Because money talks. Don't nobody care nothing about your little stanky vote. Your vote, you can stick your vote right up your behind. Because again, you are politically gullible if you think that your vote is important individually. You have no leverage as an individual voter. Again, you can't reward and you can't punish. So why would I listen? Look, let me give you an example. Say I was running for office. Why would I give a damn about your stanky vote? Huh? Why would I care? Why? Look, let me explain something to you. Because I gotta move along here. Whether the candidate is black, white, green, yellow, or whatever, they all do the same thing. Obama ignored us for 8 years. Every other politician ignored us. Why? Because we have no leverage. We can't reward. We're not in a position to reward or punish. And how do you, and because somebody that, ignorant Negroes always ask the stupid questions. You know what they always ask? Well, Iceman, what do you propose to be a solution then? You know what? If you got to twist your face up like that and ask me that question, no matter what answer I give you, you're still not going to understand. Asians are the least voting people in this country, yet they are very powerful economically. Because when they came over here with nothing, they said, oh, we're going to work together and we're going to get our weight up economically. Black folks refuse to be on coal. Black folks never want to work with other black folks because we're just stupid. We want to continue to be thinking we can just be renegade individuals and make it in America. It is coming down to the wire, people. If you are not gamed up individually, if you don't get together with other like-minded black folks, you don't have to agree. You don't have to be Democrats and Republicans. But what you need to agree on is economics. That's where we screw up, because we think we can be renegade individuals and still make it in America. It's getting to the point where if you don't work with other people that look like you, you're going to not survive in the next 20 to 30 years. I'm telling you. They're going to find a way to get rid of you. They can't lock all of us up. They can't get all of us on crack. What are they going to do with the rest of us? They're going to pump diseases. Let me explain something to you. Let me post something in the chat room real quick that I found on the internet here. I know I downloaded it and I'm trying to, I think maybe let me see if I can pull it up. Because I might not, I know I downloaded it. I just don't know if I can pull it up. What the heck is this? Oh man, I'm. You know what? I don't know if I'm be able to find it in. Oh, here it is. It's called FM 6-2003. Let me post that. Hey, you guys go and download that and tell me what you think when you read through it. Okay? FM 6-2003. It's called Ethnic Cleansing Operations. And it looks like a military manual. Matter of fact, it is. And it was actually written by somebody that was probably on the officer level in the military, in the Army or the Marines. Because that's something, you don't just write something like that. Everybody go and look online, go and Google this. Download FM 6-2003 and tell me what you think. You better ask somebody. These people want to wipe you off the face of the earth. You see these purge movies. What was the last purge movie about? Killing white supremacist groups, killing black people. Boy, y'all have no idea. You have no idea the danger that lurks out here right under your nose. And the local police ain't gonna do a damn thing about it, and neither is the FBI. Most of you guys are gonna read that manual and get scared to death because you don't have any weapons training. See, all that manual did was confirm everything I already knew these people were doing anyway. And in that manual, it talks about putting fluoride in the water, poisoning black people. Sound like Flint, don't it? Sound like Detroit public schools, don't it? Just about a month ago, Detroit public schools had to shut off all their water fountains because there was lead in the water. You think that's an accident? Hell, they talk about that in the Turner Diaries. They wrote that book in the 70s. You so busy partying and shaking your ass and drinking and smoking weed every day. You have no idea what danger lurks out there for you. You got brothers out here running around here so worried about interracial sex with white women. Just all over the internet, just chasing white women. And these white girls don't want you. They just want to use you for a free dinner and a free drink. They ain't going to give you no ass. Go to AskTheIceman.com. If you want to help out the cause, go to AskTheIceman.com. YouTube, where you at, man? This is $3.99 Tuesday, YouTube. Where my folks at, man? $3.99. That's all you got to donate tonight. We're getting into the business of politics tonight. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. And yeah, it's painful to hear this because a lot of black folks don't want to do no thinking. A lot of us don't want to, we don't want to hear this stuff. A lot of people tune into my podcast because they want to hear something funny. We ain't doing funny tonight. We'll do on the Player Circle podcast on this coming Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We gonna clown around a little bit. The Player Circle podcast is all about dating. That's all we do. We talk about dating on. We either do the show on Saturday or Sunday. This week we're doing it on Saturday. It's going to be Saturday at 3 p.m. We're going to do a triple simulcast. We're going to have call-ins on Blog Talk Radio. We're going to have Facebook Live, and then we're going to have YouTube live stream. We're going to run all three platforms at the same time. And my YouTube folks, you know it's $10 donation Saturday. Don't tune in Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time and start acting brand new. Oh, I didn't know we donated $10. Stop acting brand new. That's why I'm saying tonight, donate $3.99. That's all I'm asking you to donate. I'm not even asking you to donate $5. Come on, man. We black folks, we got to stop. We got to get more financially proactive. We always look to our people to give us information for free. Information is free. My time ain't. Because if my time is free, all you gonna get is ass-kicking topics where I'm just gonna sit here and kick your ass for a couple of hours. And you're gonna tune out. You're gonna tune out. Oh, you'll tune out because you don't want to hear that ass kicking. But that's all you're going to get when you don't pay for it. That's why I don't give everybody all the information on the Player Circle podcast because I don't want everybody tuning in if you're not going to donate $10 because nothing is free. Just like you think because your vote is free, you think politicians going to do something for you for free. And you finding out the hard way that ain't how it works, ain't it? Well, just like the Iceman Show and the Players Circle podcast, nothing is free. Nothing. And if it is, you ain't going to like the outcome. Because I get DMs all the time from black folks who say, I'm unfriending you. I don't like what you be talking about on your podcast. Bye. Bye. I don't know you anyway. Who are you? You're a coward anyway. You're a scary coward anyway. Too many cowardly black people out here. Especially those of you who are my age and older. You just scared. That's why all you want to do is vote. Because you know you ain't going to never put no money up. You don't support black-owned businesses. And let me get to the economics of voting. The reason why you can't reward or punish anybody is because economically you're not a force to be reckoned with. Jewish people in America are a force to be reckoned with. Asians in America are a force to be reckoned with. Why? Because of the economic power they have. Black folks give away their economic power every day. Let me give you an example. Black folks, our income, our aggregate income every year is about 1.3 trillion. We spend 97% of that outside black neighborhoods, which is why black neighborhoods look like crap. What does that, excuse me, what does that mean, Iceman? I'm gonna tell you what that means. What it means, black folk, is that let's just say the whole all of black America is one house. And this is the black house on this side, and the Caucasian, it's some Caucasians that live on the other side. Here's what black people do. Black people walk across the street. This is you walking across the street, and you take 97% of your paycheck and hand it to that Caucasian homeowner on the other side of the street. That's what you do. What happens to your house when you only bringing in 3% of your income? What happens to your house? Your house starts to look dilapidated. It starts breaking down. It starts looking like garbage, and it looks disgusting, just like the hood does all over this country in every city, doesn't it? Meanwhile, the Caucasian people's house across the street that you give 97% of your money to, guess what? They're living off 100% of their income and 97% of yours. And you want to attack me? You attacking me? You're attacking me. They're living on 197% income. That's why white communities look so good, because you're giving them all your money. You blow every dime you get, especially black women. Black women are the biggest money spenders on the planet. Black women spend more money on clothes than all other groups combined. Did y'all know that? That's why they know they don't have to advertise nothing to you. And as soon as you go in these stores, at the Forum, at Caesar's Palace in Vegas, or you go to any of these Hermes or Fendi store, they following your black ass all around the store, even though you got the money to pay for that junk. Meanwhile, half the white women around this country don't even spend their money on that garbage. Even the ones that make $100,000 a year don't spend their money on that garbage. They're investing their money. They're saving their money so they can pass that cash to their children. Meanwhile, black kids inherit dust. My dad sold all of his property, took all that money and bought $1 million house, and then ended up losing it because he ain't got no damn sense. Because he didn't care about his legacy and our legacy. All he cared about was his penis, chasing women. And now he looks like a damn fool because he walked away from an $800,000 house. And I drove by there when I was out in California 2 years ago, and I laughed every time I passed that house. I said, look at this fool. Now some good Christian white folks are enjoying his house. That's why I tell people that think my father's some financial guru. My dad ain't no financial guru. He ain't nothing but a con artist, just like my brother. Both of them ain't nothing but con artists. That's all them two are. They ain't nothing but con. All they do is lie. They ain't got $5 in the bank. You digs? I'm just calling a spade a spade. This ain't no disrespect. This is facts, receipts. You ain't no financial guru if you can't keep your damn house. Anybody looks rich when they're surrounded by a bunch of dusty Negroes. Without an economic base, nobody's scared of you. That's why these white police know they can kill you. Let them go out here and kill a Jewish dude. See what happens. The only other group they can pull that with is Latinos. Because a lot of them ain't on point either. But they know they can kill us all day, every day, even excluding our children. Look at this situation in New York City. That white supremacist female gonna sit up there and accuse a 9-year-old black child of sexually assaulting her. Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Don't nobody want to touch that ugly deputy dog face. And then his mammy gonna sit up there and get on Good Morning America, buck dancing and cooning, talking about we forgive her. Because when they interviewed that boy before, he said, I don't forgive that woman. But somebody done cut them a check. So they gonna get them on TV talking about we forgive. And you could tell that boy was like, his old trifling mammy ass mama gonna sit up there and look at him like, ain't you gonna say you forgive her? You could tell he was reluctant. Oh, he was totally reticent. He was like, I'll forgive her. See, his mama trying to turn him into a coon like her. See, this is what happens, black women, when you end up a naked single mom. You ain't got no man around for physical protection, and financially you ain't got no protection because it's just you and your income. And I'm telling you, black women, a lot of the reason why a lot of brothers are talking about Trump 2020 is because a lot of black women are hurting right now because a lot of y'all getting kicked off welfare. A lot of y'all getting kicked off SNAP benefits. And brothers know sooner or later you're going to have to come back to us reluctantly, but you're going to have to come back. And guess what? Brothers going to be like, hey, you hood rats come a dime a dozen, and I got $5 right here. Okay? And we just gonna be knocking y'all down like bowling pins. You dig? We're gonna be knocking you down like bowling pins. And when it come morning light, you gonna have to get your funky behind out that bed. You have served your purpose. And if you think you're mad at black men right now, let's see what happens in 5 to 7 years. You really gonna be hurting, because let me tell you something. You know what, black folks, if you want to sit here and believe that the midterms, it's gonna be a blue wave. You people keep on listening to Karen Hunter. Keep on listening to Karen Hunter and being a coon and a mammy. Keep on. You have no apparatus in place, no economic apparatus to reward or punish. So there is no reason for anybody to pay you any attention. Do y'all get where if you don't understand what I'm talking about right now about economic economic power in this country, in the chat room, post your comment and your question. If you don't understand, if you say, I don't understand, Iceman, I will explain it to you, and I will break it down more than what I've broken it down right now. I will break it down even more for you. Okay? If you don't understand, I will further explain it to you. I am using street vernacular. I am using layperson language. If you can't understand it, I will take the time to re-explain it to you. Donald Trump is getting ready to, if he could get away with it, he would have nobody on welfare. And I don't blame him. Because if you don't know how to throw some seeds in the ground, if you don't know how to go get some goats and milk them mugs, if you don't know how to, get some hogs and shoot them in the head and cure that meat, if you don't know how to grow vegetables, you're gonna starve out here. You're getting ready to starve in the next 5 to 7 years. You're gonna starve. Black people don't have an economic apparatus in place where we can scare people. And because of that, everybody craps on us. Everybody craps on us. They take our votes for granted every election. Oh, they'll come around talking about Dr. King. Oh, they'll talk about Selma. Oh, they're talking about all this civil rights nonsense. And as soon as they get elected, they like, black? Black who? Black what? What are you talking about? I don't know nothing about no black people. That's what I think about black people. That's what they think of you. As soon as they get elected, they ignore you. So why do you give them your vote in the first place? Again, sometimes, hey, I voted for a couple of people that I don't think are gonna do anything, but I'll give you one chance. I ain't gonna you can best believe when you're up for re-election, I'm not voting for you again. I voted on, now I guess they give you the opportunity to vote, through absentee ballot or through the mail. So what I did is I voted on all of the initiatives for up here in the Northwest where I live at. I voted for all the initiatives like the environment. I voted yes or no on the whatever affects me, the environment. I voted on, they're talking about up here in Washington State, they're up here talking about taxing people for groceries. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I voted no on that. There was something else that, they up here, they said Washington State is the fifth state out of 50 for police involved shootings, killings. I didn't know that. But you know who they killing up here? Because ain't that many black folks up here. It's a few black folks. It's a couple 100,000 maybe in Seattle, but that's it. And it's just, Sir Mix-a-Lot and his family. A lot of the folks they be killing up here is these white dudes and these Indians on these reservations. Okay? And the bill was, and I voted no on increased background checks for and making people you got to be 21 to buy an assault rifle. I have assault rifles. Okay? I got a good amount of firearms, but I'm an expert marksman. Okay, let me show you something. In the Air Force, if you shoot expert marksman, you get this you get a badge. This is that badge. This is the expert marksman badge. I have it on a cup and on a shirt too. You have to earn this. So when I go buy firearms and they see my retired Air Force hat on, they like, oh yeah, you know what you're doing. Okay. I have a concealed carry license. Okay. I'm not a joke, dude. I ain't no joke. I'm like Rakim. I ain't no joke. Okay. I'm going to protect me and mine. How about you? And I'm not afraid to let people know that I stand up for myself. I'm a man. I have no fear. You better ask somebody, dog. Playtime been over. See, back in the 60s, during the civil rights movement, brothers was what? White supremacy? Oh, let me tell you what I do to white supremacists, especially them brothers coming back from Vietnam. See, we got a bunch of little moist, moist little coons out here. You got black men running around here with moist booty holes. You got black men running around here want to be a woman than be a man. Man, get out of here with that nonsense. We can't fight white supremacy and you walking around here with a moist booty hole. What's wrong with you? And you black women that help promote that garbage, you need your ass kicked. Your son coming home talking about, mama, I think I want to be a white woman. You feel like a white woman now? Bet you won't ask me that again. Bet you won't say that again in this house. You get mad if you want to. I don't care. Draw a line in the sand. Stop being cowardly. You got too many cheese-eating black folks running around here speaking for us. And that's why we're in the condition we're in right now. Because we got too many lying, clowning, and cheesing black men that black people are listening to. And you don't want to listen to a guy like me because I'm too serious for you. But I'm trying to get you prepared for what's to come in the next few years. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, black folks. Let these political commentators blow smoke up your behind talking about, oh, there's going to be a blue wave. You got to stop Trump. Let me tell you something. It could be a blue wave in Congress and Trump will still finish out his term. Okay? Even if they impeach Trump, do you know about Mike Pence? Huh? They just announced yesterday or this week, yesterday, that they are going to do away with the transgender classification, which I applaud. God don't make mistakes. A lot of these kids talking about they transgender, a lot of them want attention. They need hugs. They need their daddies. They don't know what the hell they talking about. And a psychiatrist even posted a video saying, she said, look, these children want attention. That's why they're putting that kind of nonsense on their parents. They don't know what they want. How does a 9-year-old kid know about what sex they are? I'm gay, mom. Get out of here. I have a mental health background, and I can tell you, there ain't no such thing as transgender as far as I'm concerned. That's just a way to destroy the black family. Because if you get black men walking around here wanting to have moist booty holes and not wanting to be men and go build businesses and start taking care of their responsibilities and being fathers in the home with these children, that's a threat to the white supremacists. So what better way for you to go ahead and try to make LGBT be the norm in this country? Well, let me tell you something. I hope it's never the norm. Because LGBT is nothing more than another mechanism along with the black church to keep black folks off kilter and keep us from building an economic base. Now, Stacey Abrams, this black lawyer who's running for governor, I guess Nathan Deal's not seeking re-election because I don't think there's term limits for a governor. For the governorship of Georgia. I don't think there is. She has a strong chance of winning. Andrew Gillum, who is the mayor of Tallahassee, Florida, is leading in the polls over that white supremacist he's running against. Now, I know the first thing you're going to say, hey, Iceman, well, shoot, man, how come you tripping about them two? If they become governor of them southern states, that'll be a major coup for us. Stop. Wait a minute. Remember I said earlier in this podcast that if you don't have an economic apparatus, you can't reward and or punish a politician. Remember I said that? Let me explain something to you. I lived in Atlanta for a year and I couldn't wait to get the hell away from them coons and mammies. I couldn't. They talk about Atlanta's a black Mecca. No, it ain't. You got a few black businesses, black men and women who are handling their business. I give them that. But there's a whole lot of coons and mammies and Negro bedwenches in Atlanta. And it's pathetic. Let me say this here to you, man. Outside of the city of Atlanta, we ain't talking about Macon and all them other, Macon ain't really no city. Outside of Atlanta ain't nothing but a bunch of mayonnaise eating, Nutella eating, white supremacists living out there in them woods. That's all you got outside of the city of Atlanta. The city of Atlanta is blue. There's little pockets of blue like Macon, Savannah, where they got that Army base. There's a lot of black folks in Savannah. You got Savannah State College. You got that HBCU there. You got that Army base near there. So you got a few brothers and sisters down there. So it's blue down there. That's it. Look, let me tell you something with those polls. A lot of those polls are lies. And we found that out on CNN because they had projected Hillary Clinton as the winner, didn't they? And then they had to eat crow when it was revealed that a lot of their research was bogus. They got caught. What does that tell me? You know what that tells me? They've been lying even before then. That's not the first time they got caught lying to us. I lost all respect for CNN when they did that. The Electoral College is much more complex. And again, they take their marching orders from that unseen hand. Okay? The CIA runs a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff in this country than you think. You just have no idea who you dealing with. And if they can use Stacey Abrams as a useful idiot, or Andrew Gillum as a useful idiot, they'll use them. And white supremacy will still be the law of the land in Georgia and Florida. Stand your ground will still be law in Florida well after this guy is governor. Because the first thing black civil rights groups are going to do is they're going to say, hey, Governor Gillum, what you going to do about stand your ground? He going to say, oh, he going to hem and haw. But he ain't going to do nothing about it, because he knows if he does, the real power base in state of Florida, which is Caucasian folks, they're going to ride up on him. They're going to rise up on him. And they're going to make sure that he is not reelected. He might get thrown out of office some kind of way if they can catch him taking money. Because they always catch black politicians taking money. Look at my man down there in New Orleans, the mayor of New Orleans, that real charismatic brother that was mayor during Katrina. He screwed up. He got caught. I ain't shed no tears for him. He got caught. He had to do 5 years in prison. I think he's still in there. Very charismatic brother. He was on his way. They were talking about him running for governor. That's what they do to you when you don't kiss the right money. You better ask somebody, player. I ain't just talking out of my ass. I do my research. So if Andrew Gillum, let me explain something to you. Andrew Gillum, I'm going to tell you right now, Andrew Gillum, I'm going to say that right here on the Iceman Show podcast. Andrew Gillum and Stacey Abrams will win the governorships of their respective states. They will win because their opponents are idiots. White supremacist idiots. But you can best believe Stacey Abrams and Andrew Gillum ain't gonna do a damn thing for you. They ain't gonna do a damn thing for the black residents of Florida and the state of Georgia. It's gonna be business as usual. Let me say, like I said again, I lived in the Atlanta area for a year. And I didn't live in Atlanta proper. I lived outside the city of Atlanta. And I swear to God, them mayonnaise eating the mayonnaise mafia, they were thick and heavy out there in the suburbs. Dudley and Goober and them, I didn't think there was more ignorant, dumbass, Nutella eating white folks. I didn't think there was that many of them out there. Very, very tense. It was always tense living around them people. I lived in a huge apartment complex. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it was tension all the time. All the time. I couldn't wait to get out of there. As soon as my lease was up, I broke camp. Because the only reason I moved there was to be closer to my kids, since they were only like 3 miles away. I didn't want to move there, but I moved there for them. Anyway, people, the so-called blue wave, let's just say hypothetically there is a blue wave. What then what? Okay, we get to impeach Donald Trump. Okay, let's say you impeach him. Now what? Huh? You got Mike Pence in there, who is a seasoned politician. He ain't like Trump. He's very intelligent. He's very measured. And he's very much even more hateful than Donald Trump. He's worse. You think you getting a deal, getting him? You're a fool. See, here we go with the political naivety. If you better study Mike Pence. Somebody just wrote a book on him. Mike Pence is no joke. If you think Trump is against you and against gays and against all these other folk, he's homosexuals, he against all you fringe people, Mike Pence is the one who's like, let me tell you something. You know who took down that LGBT page for the White House that Obama had up there? Guess who took it down? Pence. Guess who? Let me tell you something. Them white evangelicals. You think Richard Spencer and his people were deadly? Mike Pence is a very seasoned politician. He ain't gonna get caught. He ain't gonna get caught lying. Okay? Trump might have put himself out there a little too much, and he's gonna probably end up going the way of Nixon. But again, so what? Again, we're saying hypothetically, what if he is impeached? He's got to get convicted first by the Senate. Once he's get convicted by the Senate, then they can vote to do what? Impeach him. Who becomes president? The vice president becomes the president. And then he has to pick a vice president, which is usually going to be a seasoned politician, not another reality show star. Now what you going to do that Mike Pence is in office and he going to be even more ferocious than Trump was. And he ain't going to be tweeting. Mike Pence ain't going to be tweeting, dog. Mike Pence, he's a seasoned, highly respected politician. He's been a governor of Indiana. He's been a congressman. He is well liked amongst Democrats and Republicans, because Republicans and Democrats are two sides to the same damn coin. Look at the Me Too movement with Gloria Allred and Feinstein and all of them, and Nancy Pelosi. They're dangerous. The Me Too movement, the only casualty of the Me Too movement has been whom? Bill Cosby. That's it. They just dropped charges on Harvey nasty ass Weinstein. Did y'all know that? They just dropped charges on him. What does that tell you? They said, oh, we don't have enough evidence to get a conviction against Harvey Weinstein. No, I'm not saying this, don't take this the wrong way. My Jewish brothers and sisters are listening. Harvey Weinstein's a Jewish cat. He got a whole lot of Jewish friends in government and law enforcement. Do you really think they're going to hang their boy out there like that? No, because that's an embarrassment. Even though he did some things he had no business doing, they're not going to hang one of their own out there. See, black folks let Bill Cosby twist in the wind because Bill Cosby stepped on a lot of toes with the pound cake speech. And plus, Bill Cosby has been crapping on black comedians for the past 30 years. He tried to he was on the board of Time Warner, and Bill Cosby was trying to get Def Comedy Jam canceled. Did y'all know that? He was trying to get, man, Bill Cosby was real busy. And that's why nobody's riding for Bill Cosby. They're like, hey, we know you getting railroaded, but hey, bro, we ain't riding for you. We ain't riding for you, player. We sure ain't. Is we Ezekiel? Okay. But I'm just trying to game y'all up, man. That's why I'm telling you. Now you understand what I mean by your vote is a waste of time. Your vote is a waste of time if you have no economic leverage. Can you punish? Can you reward? If you cannot do that, you're weak and you're exposed and you are ripe for exploitation, which is what black folks get every year. Okay? They keep talking that crap about, oh, well, black people, we need your vote. And you look around here, as soon as they get in office, you'll be like, hey, Senator so-and-so, Remy, you talked to me about 3 months ago. I told you I was going to vote for you. Hey, how you doing? They're like, who are you? I'm sorry. Negro, I don't have time to talk to you. I have people standing here who's donated billions, millions. You just gave me a little funky, little stanky vote. That means nothing. I can't even take your vote and wipe my ass with it. And you know what? Next year, the next election come around, you're going to vote for him again. Why? I ain't got no choice but to vote for the Democrat. Shoot. All right now. I done told y'all. I done told you. Black folks don't want to listen. Black people don't never want to listen. Black people just want to be on this, it ain't that bad Iceman kick. I'm like, okay. If you want to believe it ain't that bad, that's cool. But I'm going to tell you right now, when that white supremacy touch your ass, I wonder what you going to do then. Because it's going to touch you. Sooner or later, it's going to touch you. What you going to do? We are politically weak. Look, let me explain something to you. This is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Let me draw this real quick. School's in. Pay attention. At the bottom is your base. Economics. Macroeconomics, microeconomics. Those of you who haven't had economics since undergrad, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm writing kind of whack tonight because I'm getting sleepy, but I'm going to end on a good note. Okay. All right, you guys see this? You probably can't see it. Can y'all see this? Somebody say, if you could see this, write yes in the chat room. Let me check these guys. You guys might be over here farting around. See that? Can y'all see that? It's backwards on for YouTube, but it's at the bottom. It says economics. At the middle, in the middle, it says politics, and at the top it says social. Can y'all see that? Okay, cool. All right, here what we're gonna do. I guess this Kinder Barefoot must have been talking crazy. Yeah, we are. Hey, they must have got off work at AutoZone or Walmart tonight early. And, you know, they went home and ate dinner. You know, they went home and ate their mayonnaise sandwich, and dessert was Nutella on rye bread. And then they decided to get on here and try to harass us. Everybody, if you haven't done it, please go over to asktheiceman.com and scroll down to the donate button and just donate $3.99. That's it tonight. $3.99. Can we do that? Can everybody donate $3.99 tonight, guys? All right, cool. That's the long and short of it. And so when you have at the bottom is economics, because everything in this country is connected to what? To what? Economics. At the next level is politics. Everybody at this level, you control them with this. Y'all see that? You control everybody at this level with this. And then at this level, when you have this together, this allows you to move about the country and not be shot by police and deputized race soldiers. Y'all see you see how that works? It's vertical. This is called vertical issues. Okay? This is vertical social science right here. Anything that's this way is horizontal. Horizontal issues are worrying about those undocumented immigrants at the border being treated like crap. It's better they be treating them like that, because what they're doing is practicing on them before they get to you. They know they got to be a little more pragmatic with us. But with them, they don't care. That's why they building a bunch of these detention centers all over the country. That's where the federal government is making money. Though all LGBT, church, religion, that's symbolism. All of that stuff falls under horizontal issues. Those issues do nothing for you. These are the only ones you should be concerned about. This is the one you really should be concerned about, which is economics. Because economics touches everything. Look, if you draw a circle and write economics in the middle, and then write, schools, education, church, your job, your company where you work, or your business if you're self-employed like I am. If you name all my daughter's soccer team, my son's AAU basketball, I got to come up with $100-some every week for that. How is all that? How does that stuff function? Economics. That's how it functions. It functions based on economics. Do you know I had a damn fool say to me, "Hey, Iceman, education don't operate, don't need no money to operate. You don't need to have no economic base for education." I said, "You country ass, you damn fool. How the hell do you think a school is a business? How do they keep the utilities on? How do they keep the lights on? How do they keep the teachers in there? If they ain't paying the teachers, they ain't gonna be in there. How are they paying classified staff, custodians, facility maintenance, secretaries, parapros, the vice principal, the principal? All those people get paid from the taxes, the property taxes that are collected, and the rest of it comes from the Title IX from the federal government. You see that? Economics drives this country. You cannot get away from this. You will never get away from it. You may want to. You may want to get away from economics. You'll never get away with it. You'll never get away from it. You'll never get away from it.
A man was killed after a shooting outside of a Northeast Portland tavern.
You got everybody got they draws and draws up the crack of their booty about this 1.6 and I guess total 2.2 billion. And you know what's gonna happen? Some of these really big lottery winners have been old white folks. Because I remember one time this older white woman, older Caucasian woman, won a $600 million lottery, and they was like, "Well, how old are you?" I said, "I'm 84 years old." I said, "Well, what are you gonna do with the money?" They said, "Well, I'm too tired. I'm too old to travel, but I'm just gonna try to help my family, all my grandkids and my kids out. That's where the money going, and I'm gonna donate to my church. I'm gonna donate to nonprofits." You say, "I don't need that much money. I'm gonna fix my house. I'm gonna get a new car, but that's all I need." You got some of these coons and mammies on Facebook talking about, if I win the lotto, I'm a give 10% to my church. Nigga, you sound like a coon. Let me explain something to you. If Creflo Dollar won 5 cents from the lottery, that Negro wouldn't give the church any of his money. Okay? He wouldn't, if he won, let's say 50 grand, he wouldn't give 10%. Because you ain't giving 10% to the Lord, you giving 10% to that church fund. Let's cut the crap. That's why I don't go to church no more. Because they ain't ministers and so-called Christians ain't nothing but crooks and liars. There's more ass being tossed up at these big churches than there is at the club on Saturday night. I used to go to this one church with my cousin Betty out there in West Covina. And we used to go to this church. And one of the main ministers, he's a brother about our age. Man, this dude was sleeping with all these young women in the church, man. I was just like, I can't take church serious. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously. But anyway, people, because of the economic climate that we're in, you're seeing everybody getting tribaled up. You see all these other groups getting tribal, except for black people. Now a handful of us, now a lot of the brothers and sisters in South Central are getting gamed up. Okay? Because these Asian folks beating on black folks, beating on black women. You spending your money in these nail shops and they beating your ass. They beating the brakes off of you. What's up with that, black women? Y'all still giving them your money. See, if you know a black woman who got beat up by one of these Asian store owners, and you know somebody that's been affected and been beat up by one of these Asian store owners, guess what? Did they go back over there after they got beaten up? If they went back over there or to another Asian salon, they deserve to be shunned. You need to not have nothing else to do with that person. Okay? They need to do their job. You need to leave that person alone. That's your job. Because why would you want to hang out with somebody who's a coon and a mammy? Because that's what that person is. That person's a mammy. For that person to get their ass twisted, get their cap twisted, and then they're going to continue to go over there and deal with this guy, to deal with these people. And you guys know a lot of these there are black salon owners. But do you know, I've talked to black salon owners over the years. You know what they say? Black women don't want to support us. They rather go to the Asians. What do y'all think about that? Huh? What y'all think about that? They said they don't want to go to us. Iceman, they don't want to go to us. They say, man, we don't want you guys, y'all ain't that good. Y'all ain't that good. Okay? Talking that nonsense. They talking that nonsense. And that's why when I meet black women and they say they get their nails done by Asians, I you know what I say to them? I say, you know what? I can't respect somebody who doesn't think enough to take care of your people. Like to thank everybody that donated tonight. All my YouTube homies, thanks for donating tonight. I appreciate it, man. Again, I think I'm gonna start something different though. Hey y'all, I got those of you just tuning in, I got my Malema shirt. Have y'all gotten yours yet? Have y'all got y'all Malema shirts? Yeah, I just got mine yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it probably Saturday or something. Cause I love my Parliament Funkadelic shirt. Hey, every time I wash it, every time I wear it, I wash it and I put it right back on the next week. Okay, where my other shirt at? Oh, here's my t-shirt. Now this shirt right here, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook, check this out. This right here is my, I gotta stand up. This is my shirt. This is an official shirt from my nonprofit. Okay. And this shirt, if you donate $50, I will send you one of these. Okay. Facebook, YouTube also. Okay. If you donate $50, I will send this to you. No postage, nothing. All right, I'll send this to you. And this will be considered a tax-deductible donation to my nonprofit if you buy this t-shirt. So come on, guys. Come on, Facebook. Support the cause. Because without your dollars, the Iceman show will disappear. And I know you don't want that, right? Because I don't want it. But we don't run for free here. We don't run on Play-Doh. I think you know that. Anyway, having a blue wave in Congress or your state legislature means nothing because Democrats and Republicans are just two sides to the same coin. The coin is corrupt and contaminated. And so are the people you vote for. So again, if you have no economic structure that can wield fear in the hearts and minds of your enemies, then you will continue to be taken advantage of every election. You will continue to be forgotten. You will continue to be killed by race soldiers posing as cops. That fireman lieutenant up there in Bloomfield Hills, Detroit, got convicted of attempted murder of shooting that young black boy who was just knocking on the door to get directions. They convicted his ass. I got to read the article to see how much time they gave him. Hopefully he'll get about 10, 15 years with his no good ass. You see what they do to us? This is why black women, if you put yourself in a position where you're raising children on your own, first of all, you need your ass kicked. Secondly, if you're in that situation now and there's nothing you can do, what you need to do is get your kid's father in the mix. Even if he ain't paying child support, so what? So what? Work that out in another time. When you send these kids out here on these streets, they could possibly get abducted, especially if they're girls and young boys. Look, let me tell you something why sex trafficking is so prevalent in America. Sex trafficking is prevalent in America because law enforcement sees it as a low priority. That's the one thing. Second thing is it's a mobile business. You have some of these truckers out here doing it. They'll kidnap a girl and have her in the back of that cab and no one will know. You park at a truck stop, ain't nobody gonna check your truck unless, you know, sometimes those cops, those state cops who check, sometimes they do check the weight of those trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, they might knock on the door and be like, hey man, I need to, you know, check your paperwork. Your paperwork ain't right. Sometimes they just do it just to see how they gonna act. A lot of times them guys be in there high or drunk on something in that cab and they ain't supposed to be. Okay. But we got to get our thing together. We got to stop voting like weak cowards and start thinking like strategic men and women. That's the only way we're going to make this work. Okay. And I've just gave you a template on what you need to do. Now you can get mad at me and say, well, I don't like him and I don't like what he said. And you could use whatever excuse you want to not get the message. That's okay. I ain't the one that's going to be hurting, dog. It's you that's going to be hurting, especially if you still got children at home or you raising grandkids or nephews and nieces, which some of you guys are. You're the one that's going to be hurt, not me. You heard? So a blue wall ain't going to help you, because even if they do get a majority Democrats on east side of Congress, and they are able to convict Trump, and the first order of business Pence is going to do once he becomes president is do what? Pardon Trump. He's going to pardon him. Then what is he going to do? What's he going to do? It's going to be business as usual. They're going to jump on them gays. They're already jumping on them LGBT fools. They already did something about that. There's no longer a designation for LGBT transgender, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Here come another hurricane. Y'all see this? I'm going to say this before we wrap up tonight. Did y'all see what just happened the last 2 or 3 months? We had a hurricane hit the East Coast. Then we had another, this hurricane, not only was it a Cat 5 hurricane, it was a Cat 5 hurricane with a typhoon on the inside of it. Did y'all know that? And tore that area, that Gulf area, that panhandle up. I mean, it tossed trains off the track. It was so powerful. And you know what? All them white supremacists that live in that area can't say I'm a shed a tear for you. Can't do it. Can't do it. My blackness will not allow me to shed a tear for you. Now they got another hurricane on the horizon, Hurricane Willa. And guess what? We have climate change deniers. Let me tell you something. Hurricane, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Hurricanes start in the ocean, not too far from Africa, the coast of Africa, right? And they come all the way from Africa across the Atlantic, and they usually go in one direction or another through the Caribbean. That ain't nothing but Ogun, Dad. That ain't nothing but Ogun, dog. That's them ancestors, dog. That's our ancestors. Because notice the areas they tear up. It's always areas where there's like 99% white folks, with the exception of that one that hit North Carolina. You had a lot of broke ass black folks that got caught up in that one. We had Harvey last year. We had Maria last year. And this ain't even hurricane season. Black folks, you got to stop being white supremacist deniers. Donald Trump is not the only white supremacist you need to be worried about, because the white supremacist you think is your friend, who's grinning in your face every day, might be of the same stock, who's working in a cubicle next to you. They might be on your team. And you have no idea you dealing with a white supremacist because you don't know what to look for. If you're looking for a bunch of German tattoos or the SS tattooed on the side of their arm or leg, that guy's probably a felon. So 9 times out of 10, he ain't gonna be working next to you. The one you need to watch out for ain't Trump. And you need to watch out for these Hispanics that consider themselves white supremacists. Google Nazi lowriders. You got Mexican gangs riding around with SS on their lowriders in LA, in East LA. Nazi lowriders. Y'all think I'll be making this stuff up? Everybody is plotting to kill your black ass, and you ain't doing anything to protect yourself. I've told all the brothers and sisters, go out there and get you a concealed carry permit. A lot of folks ain't listening. Go to the gun range. I go to the gun range every few months. I don't need to go every month because it'd be too many yahoos over there. And you got to walk up these hills. I don't too much like it. But I go over there, shoot my AR, my long gun, and my 9mm. I'm about to give me another 9mm. I think I'm gonna give me a Glock this time. If you want to follow me, you want to follow the Iceman Show in the Players Circle, go to asktheiceman.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter account is the Iceman at Mr. Freeze. My Instagram account is the Iceman Show. If you want to listen to some of my old shows, go to blogtalkradio.com/the Iceman Show. Let me put that in here. Blog Talk Radio is popping off this weekend, Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, people. So if I'm starting at 3 and you live in Denver, then it's starting at 4. If you live in Chicago, it's starting at 5. If you live in Detroit or Atlanta, the show starts at 6 p.m. Okay? Remember that. Okay, there it is right there. Go to blogtalkradio.com/The Iceman Show. You click on that link and you can listen to all my old shows going back to 2011. We got some funny shows on there with Human Paradox and Mad Scientist Jay calling in, clowning. We used to have a good time on there, man. We're going to start that back up, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we're going to do a triple simulcast. We're going to be Blog Talk Radio. We're going to be Facebook Live, and we're going to be YouTube Live. This Saturday, okay? This Saturday, the 20th, what's the 28th? 27th. Yeah, 27th. Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Remember, if you live in Mountain Time, it's 4 o'clock. If you live in the Central Zone, it's 5 o'clock. If you live on the East, it's 6 o'clock p.m. Adjust your schedule so that you are on one of these platforms. I will give you guys let me give you the call-in number. I got it written down here. We've been having some problems, but we fixed it. Here's the call-in number. Write it down because this is what you're going to use to call in. Yeah, guest call in on blog. Radio. There's 2 Iceman. It's old, dirty, dusty, old white dude. If his show comes up, just look at how I wrote it the first time. Actually, the first link is the one you can go straight to my page on there. But that's the call-in number right there. Yeah, that's the call-in number, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's the call-in. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm giving you the right one. Let me put my eyes on. Yep, that's the correct one. That's the call-in number. So Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Be there or be square. Or wear no underwear. You dig? So check us out. It's the Player Circle. The Player Circle podcast. Let me see what's the topic this Saturday. The topic this Saturday is why women lie to you and why American women are so conniving. So we're gonna continue what we were talking last week, but we also gonna talk. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna add to that. You digs? So that's what's popping. Can you dig it? I hope you can, because I can dig it. So make sure you come by and check us out this Saturday, okay? Because we're gonna be in the place to be. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up, but I hope we got a lot done. I think we got a lot done, man. We got a lot of stuff done. I think you've learned something. Yeah, I had to go in on you, but hey, that's because cats, cats just don't want to learn, man. Cats don't want to do things the right way. That's why Black folks are so vulnerable in this country. We're vulnerable to violence. We're vulnerable to murders. We're being murdered. We're vulnerable to have our money taken away from us. We're vulnerable of losing our shelter, our jobs. We're just vulnerable. And we're going to continue to be vulnerable until we start setting up our own economic base. And I'm wondering, when are we going to get off our asses and do that? Because you see, you can't get anything popping through politics. Politicians are not going to help you or me. Politicians aren't going to do anything for Black empowerment. We got to do something for Black empowerment. Instead of working jobs, you need to be thinking about starting a business. And from there, you need to get people to support your business. Therefore, that way you can hire Black people. You can hire your children. You can hire other family members to work for you. And you can provide income to people in the neighborhood. That's how you build a community. You cannot build a community going to church. You cannot build a community voting. It's not going to work, Black folks, because you can't make anybody do anything with your one little measly stanky vote. And I don't know when we going to learn that. Exactly. Divine punishment. Divine punishment. So, like I said, I went in on y'all a little bit tonight, but you got to learn something, man. By the way, everybody hit the like button tonight before they go. Please do that. If you haven't, you donated to $3.99. Please donate before close of business tonight. If you don't have the time to do it tonight, do it tomorrow morning. A lot of people donate before they go to work. So that's why a lot of times cats will be like, hey, Ice, I donated before I went to work, man. I didn't donate last night because I just got off the computer and went to sleep. And I'm like, cool, no problem. But hey, man, we got a good show. This is the kind of show we need to have every now and then. We need to get it. We need to go in on the BS, man. Black folks, being political is not going to church, being political. All that is symbolism. Symbolism doesn't do anything but make you feel good. If it makes you feel good to go down there to the polls and stand around there all day around all them funky ass people with bad hygiene and bad breath and bad attitudes, go ahead. I mailed my ballot in. Okay. I mailed it in. Okay. Sure did. I actually wasn't going to vote on anything. But when I saw them environmental measures on there, the measures I try to vote for. Okay. Or if I'm real close to a candidate, like I've met him, like the guy that's running for attorney general in Minnesota. I know him. I know that dude. He's a congressman, Keith Ellison. He's always out in the community. My cousin knows him. One of my cousins that live in Minneapolis, he knows him. Very, very approachable guy. I just want you to understand what you're dealing with, Black folks, and understand that economics is the key. When you guys donate to my nonprofit, you're helping me stay open. Because I use it for operations, or I donate that money to other nonprofits who are actually doing that work. Certain things like, like I told you guys about the school supplies, the backpacks and all that. That's the main one is from January to August. But then they have a small one in amongst the Christmas toy drives too, because a lot of times when these kids come back from Christmas, they don't have any supplies. I know your mom and dad made sure you had your supplies. Mine did too. But we also lived in a different era. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you come. But look, we're going to be doing a triple simulcast. We're going to be Blog Talk Radio, so you can call in, because people have been asking me, hey, Ice, I want to be able to talk to you. I want to be able to, ask questions. Cool. It's going to be all Dayton. Player Circle. That's going to be the, third episode? Yeah, that's going to be the third episode. And again, we're going to continue Why Women Lie, but we're going to talk about some other things with that. We're also going to talk about why women are so dishonest, why American women are so dishonest and conniving. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to get deep with that. So 3 p.m. Pacific time, fellas. Pacific time. Yeah, we're going to do it live. We're going to do this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the first of its kind. We're going to do a triple simulcast. We're doing Blog Talk Radio live. We're doing YouTube live. And we're doing Facebook live. All of them at the same time. Okay? We're doing all of it at the same time. We're going to get our boogie down. That's why I say we're going to have fun. But please understand, I still need you to donate that $10. Okay, so come on through and be ready. With the $10, be ready to get in the game. And I urge you to call. I'm gonna urge you to call, but I'm also urge you to be in the chat room and post questions and comments either to me or to each other. Okay, like my YouTube guys, they got it down. But Facebook, sometimes these Facebook folks, they just sit there. If they say anything like that fat hog that was trying to talk crazy earlier, she up here going, try to get nasty, because I start talking about, stuff that affects Black women. They don't never want to hear that. So she want to get disrespectful. So I had to go and boot her ass up out of there. But everybody else is welcome. All right. Can you get with it? If I do not have your email address, email me at THAICEMAN. Let me just write it in here. Here's my official Iceman Show email. That's the official email. Email your email so I can email you the call in, because I don't want to put it on here and we got a bunch of people on here that ain't down for the cause. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just Mr. McMillan, I got your email address. I'll just send it to you directly. All right, just look for it. Mr. McMillan, B the Great B. Who else? Monstar. I don't know if Red Star donated. He donated a while back. You guys are will get the number. Okay? I'll email you guys directly. So email me to make sure I got your email address. And that way I'll just turn around and just give you the number and just send it directly to you. So you'll get it before Saturday. All right. But you have the email address. Get on me and send it directly to me. So send me your email address. And then that way I know I got it. Because I got a whole bunch of email addresses. I just don't know if in fact, which email address I have or whether I have it at all, because I'm not looking at it. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to see y'all Saturday. Why women lie, why American women so conniving. We're going to do a triple simulcast. We're going to do Blog Talk Radio. We're going to do call-ins. We're going to be Facebook Live, and we're going to be YouTube Live. So we're going to get it popping all the way around. If you can't be on one, you can be on one of them. If you can be on two out of three, hey, that's cool too. You digs? All right, we're going to do it up big, but I hope everybody got some education tonight. I hope, people are looking at this voting thing a little bit different than they did. Go to AskTheIceman.com, scroll down to the donate button. If you donate $50, I will send you this t-shirt, a brand new one. This is mine. I'll send you a brand new t-shirt from my nonprofit. So if you donate $50, I'll send you this. Also, get your Malema shirts. President Malema of South Africa. He's getting that land back from them white supremacists. Okay, real nice t-shirt. Got to support our brothers overseas, man. All right, you tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. Holla at your boy.